Pivot points. These are something I get a lot of questions about. People want to know exactly what they mean. What a pivot point does, by my definition, is indicate every change in direction in the market, from up to down, from down to up. What we will do is go through and explain these and draw them on the board for you so that you understand them, because you need to understand these pivot points to be able to comprehend the way I trade. A major part of the way I look at a market and look at the stock is I use pivot points to define a turn in the market. Now, what I'm going to explain to you is what this combination of candles, because it is a combination of candles that forms the pivot point. I'll explain what they are, where they occur and that sort of thing we can look at later, and the significance of them. At this stage I just want you to be able to understand what they look like. So if we're looking at a market as moving up, we see a market moving like this. We then might see this reversal candle that we spoke about before. Then the next period we've got a black candle like this, which actually closes below the low of the candle that made the high point. So what we're looking at is a series of highs, higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high, didn't go higher, actually closed below the low of this candle. So the high up here, and that's the close. So when we're looking as the market is moving up, we're just looking for the high candle. Did this candle make a new high? Did it 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 make a new high? No. And it actually closed below the low of the candle that made the high price. Now, pivot points take a little while to catch on to. There's some people, or most people, seem to take quite a while to actually get it quite clear. They think they've got it clear, but then they're not quite sure when it comes to actually drawing them or looking for them. So now, in this case here, we were looking at stocks. This one here was a high point. It made a new high. All we're looking for is to whether it made a new high. That's the first thing we look for. Did it make a new high? In this case, no, it didn't, but it didn't close down here, so it's still right. Made a new high, made a new high, made a new high. This one didn't make a new high, but it closed below the low of this one. Now, if that had gone like that, that is no longer a pivot point, right? Because that's actually made a new high, so it becomes the highest candle for the move. If this had a tail on it like that, this did not close below the lowest point of that candle. Still not a pivot point. So what we must do is look at the high price for each candle, and once we've found a candle that doesn't make a new high, we then look to see whether it closed below the low of it.